All right, people, strap yourselves in. Yeah, I got an exciting adventure today on the Infj experience. Today I'm going to talk about being in limbo. Yeah, that's it. Being in limbo. Now, I only came up with this because it was a spur of the moment thing, if you can believe it. And I thought, well, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do this. See, sometimes I think through the course of the life of the Infj, occasionally understand that limbo is just a state of like being in a kind of waiting for something, being kind of waiting for a decision, or just being in a state of nothing almost, just being like right in the neutral spot. Now, I think a lot of times we find ourselves in a state of limbo occasionally as INFJs. And I'm going to come up with a theory as to why this happens, why this is going on. Now, a lot of times, as you know, INFJs are introverted, intuitive, and they're the judges. They're always future planning. It seems their whole life is what they're doing right now in the moment is something they already thought of. They've already planned for. Maybe a week earlier, maybe a few days earlier, maybe a few hours earlier. It depends on what it is. But they thought it up, and they've planned for a certain moment. Of course, they're very routine. They like their routines. They like to do things a certain way, certain times. And so they're very structured in that way. Yeah. Now, occasionally on a moment, things can happen. Maybe the plans they made fell through. Maybe somebody canceled. Maybe something, an accident or an emergency. Now they change their plan. Or maybe they just fell through in some way. So at this point here, it's you're kind of going to a state of limbo in a sense. Because now all of a sudden the plan you made didn't happen. And so now all of a sudden what you should have been doing in that plan isn't going to happen. It canceled or whatever. And now all of a sudden you're having to, let's say, come up with a new plan. It's almost like that GPS system we got, okay? And you hit a detour, and all of a sudden that GPS starts rerouting a whole new route. I know it does it in a few seconds, but it's kind of like that because that GPS already mapped out your way, okay? Well, already for you. That detour has kind of made it think for a bit. Went into that little bit of limbo, then it rerouted a new detour. Yeah, I think in a way that's what happens when somebody is a future planner. Plans fall through. And that's basically what it is. So, just thought it was an interesting take. Now, the reason I say this, people, is I actually came up with a whole page full of a certain topic I wanted to talk about. And I kept re-recording, kept shooting a take. I'm like, nah, that doesn't sound good. And I tried again. I'm like, you know what? I'm just not good at this one. Just can't quite get it going. It's like, so then I'm sitting there thinking, what do I do? I need to get a video. I really like to get videos out. So it's like, well, what is this? So I decided to say it's a form of limbo. And I'm just going to ask you people now, as an INFJ, I'm going to ask a question. Maybe you can add this in the comments. Have you ever have bouts in your life where I feel like you're in that limbo state where everything you've planned out, everything you've structured in your life to that point is somehow there's missing gaps maybe, or plans don't fall through, and you find yourself rerouting in a sense. Yeah, like in limbo. People, just add your comments. I'm just curious because I think I'm onto something there, you know? So maybe we call that the IN limbo. You know, we got the the loop, that whole loop thing where, you know, it got INFJ loop where the introverted intuition gets back with the thinking, and then things go back and forth. They overthink. And I think at some point there, it's kind of on that idea. But the planning, the judging function is interrupted. And all of a sudden the INFJ goes into that little state of limbo. And in that time, they're trying to come up with a whole new plan, trying to come up with a whole new set of, let's say, detour corrections in a way to find the new best route. Okay. Well, people, I just thought that was something that I'd put out there. Maybe you could leave in your comments what you think that is. And if you've ever gone through that, like I said before. Okay? All right, well, people, hopefully I left you with something to think about here, people. And if you like this content, people, above all, subscribe to the channel. Give me a thumbs up. Give me some comments, of course. I'm asking for these comments. Let me know if you've ever gone through these phases in your life as well, okay? And if you like the videos I got, well, there's one here. There's one here. There's a subscribe down there. I'm surrounded by these videos. Okay? Well, check those out as well. Well, people, thank you so much for stopping in on the limbo phase of my world times. But I just want to thank you for stopping in anyway, people. Well, thank you so much, all right? And until next time, stay out of limbo. And have yourself a wonderful rest of your day.